when this prophecy comes to pass, it's going to shake up all Israelites and the world. When I say world, I mean in the oikomeni sense of the word. It's going to shake up the whole planet. And it's damn sure it's going to shake up you various Israelite groups out there, whether you're Old Testament only, whether you're Old and New Testament, but not affiliated with, One West. You were never part of One West. You were a former member of One West that broke off, started your own thing. Whether you are a group of men that got with a particular former One West group and made your own group. Give you some examples. Sakari comes to mind, and there's so many of them. True Nation of Israel, some kind of way that I don't know the full story of those individuals, but they're out in the West. And I do believe that somebody sparked that off that was a former member of One West. Who else? Sons of Thunder. And I come to find out that the Sons of Thunder camp, the head man, he came up originally under Zabak or Priest Zabak. You got AOC, you got Priest Danyala, you got Zabak, as I mentioned, House of Israel. You got the HOD. You got so many different let's call them splinter groups, and then groups that splintered off from those splinter groups. And if you check out these different camps, mainly I'm focusing on former One Westers, the camps that speak like the former One Westers, because their spark they got from somebody from One West. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shemel, Shai Bashim, Wakakwadash, Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. And I mean that. Shalom to the hopeful elect, because there's no hope if you're not of the elect. You are going to be destroyed, but you're going to come back anyway. So there is hope. You're still prisoners of hope. So, like I said, I can't wait till this prophecy comes to pass. There's going to be a great shaking in Israel and around the world when this prophecy comes to pass. And you know us, you know what I'm talking about. I don't got to tell you what subject I'm talking about. It's a main prophecy that's going to take place before the deliverance and the destruction of the sons of Israel. And Yahweh B'Shem Shai will gather the elect. I don't care where they're from. You don't have to go there's 9 billion people, or almost 9 billion people on the planet. What camp can hit 9 billion people face to face? It's impossible. And the elect are not 9 billion people. They're not 9 million people. It's a small number. Starting with the 144,000. The Most High sets up a way that you come into contact with the truth. And then St. John, the 10th chapter, comes into play. You hear the truth and you recognize the truth. Peter says to stir you up by way of remembrance. Remembrance means what? You forgot something, then you remembered it. Or where did I put my keys? You keep looking around. Oh, yeah, I left them in so-and-so. You remembered. You concentrated, you focused, and you remembered. So what are we remembering? we're remembering what we had in our past life. In our past lives, we knew that we were Israelites. We spoke Hebrew. We kept the law, statutes, and commandments. Some of us were prophets. Some of us met the prophets. The prophets are back. The Israelites in the past are back. You have 40. You got 14 generations that keep coming back by way of like 4 generations, 3 or 4 generations. That's how we know that reincarnation is biblical. You pay for your sins when you come back. You commit sin, you might go the rest of your life not being punished. You could be punished in that life. But then when the Most High gets you is when you come back. So anyway, I went into the word, I typed in the word prophet. I may type in the word prophets, but the first precept that came up was Genesis 20, verse 7, which says, now therefore restore the man, his wife is Abraham. And they're saying that Abraham is a prophet, for he is a prophet. Prophet means what? You receive divine intervention to see things in the future. And it doesn't always mean dreams. It means your spiritual eyes are open to see who has the truth. Like I said, these various camps, some of them, a lot of them, they teach that the MOTB is sin or an embargo or something other than what we say it is, which we say is the actual charagma. And the ones that hear it and agree with what we're saying, the Most High open up your eyes to see it. That doesn't necessarily mean you're a prophet or one of the elect. You just an Israelite that can see it. But then the ones of you that can see it are most likely prophets. You were men back there in the past coming back. And, for the record, GMS never budged on that subject. All these other groups, they budged, they changed the subject up. One group said one time said it's an embargo. It's talking about nations and companies and countries. It's not talking about people. Now that group, IUIC, is teaching that it's talking about sin. They completely changed. It said meddle not with him that is given the change, man. We never changed. We never budged. We never tweaked the subject. We never said, oh, there's some new information. We said what we said. You all know what we said. And it's going to come to pass. And I pray it comes to pass this year, 2023. The hopeful year of Yahweh, all prophecies coming to pass. And Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all prophecies coming to pass this year. When I say that, the deliverance and destruction cannot take place unless and until this prophecy takes place. So you got these camps thinking, oh, Russia and Ukraine and NATO's getting involved, and you got the BRIC nations, and there's going to be 16 more nations that want to be a part of the BRIC nations. So it's a standoff between NATO, EU, and the BRIC nations. And so we could be out of here in 6 months, brothers and sisters. We can be out of here in 3 months, and they're getting all riled up about it. You ain't going to be out of here until the MOTB prophecy come to pass. This is the most important prophecy before the deliverance and the destruction of the system and the coming in of the new kingdom. And it's only, this kingdom is for a few. That's in the Apocrypha. This world, current world, is for the many. The next world to come is for the few. We're living in some serious times, man. When this thing hits, when this prophecy comes to pass, and then we're all looking for, and it looked like it was going to come to pass, what, 3 years ago? 4 years ago. 2019, they started talking about it. People started saying, oh, that's the MOTB, which is not. People would ask me, is that the MOTV, brother? And I would say no. I said, no, well, I would say it. I said, well, I'll say no, but that's one more reason not to take it anyway, because you never know. Which I knew it wasn't. It's a physical thing. It's a physical thing. It's a physical thing. When you go into the Hebrew, into the Greek, and you go into those root words, the etymology of words, the word for M-A-R-K is charagma. The etymon for that word, the root of that word is charax, which is also physical. The root of that word is graphos, which is also physical. That's where you get the word graphics from. You got computer graphics, readings, writings. However you want to, you write something down, it's graphic. So when these other groups, and they're dead wrong. They're 100% wrong. We say we're 100% right, correct. They are 100% wrong. And you have to teach these scriptures perfectly. You have to teach these scriptures perfectly. You got to eat the roll. Mosai gave to Ezekiel, eat the whole roll. John, on the Isle of Patmos, eat the whole roll. And after you eat the whole roll, meaning digest the roll, not eat the roll, and you don't like the broccoli or the Brussels sprouts or whatever, you're not gonna eat them. No, you gotta eat. You gotta eat. Your parents told you that. Your mother told you that. Eat everything on the plate, or you can't get up. You're gonna sit there all night until you eat everything off that plate. Well, same thing with the Most High. He told Ezekiel, eat everything off that plate, and don't throw none of it up, and digest it. Digest it. Don't give it to the dog under the table. You got to take this position that you have seriously, deadly seriously, man. Deadly serious. Because if you found to teach, go off on one point, if you go off on one point, you can teach 12 tribes of Israel. You can teach this. The name of the Most High is Yahweh's son's name is Yahweh Shai. That this man's Esau. You got Israelites that saying that Esau is not the so-called white man. That's ridiculous. That's ludicrous. Look that word up. Any group that's teaching that Esau is not this man, this current man, that's in rulership today, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is not dealing with you. And I guarantee you ain't calling on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You're probably calling on Yahweh and Yeshua. And the name is deadly important too. We know that the Most High through the Spirit gave us the name of Yahweh and the Son's name Yahweh Shai. And we say it. We constantly say it. There's going to be a great shaking in Israel, among the Israelites and among these different groups. When they make that announcement, we got the charagma. You know what they're going to say? We got the chip. However the way they're going to say it. They're not going to say charagma. They're not going to say they'll use the word microchip, but they'll have another term for it. And then a majority of the people out there, they're going to be happy to take it. They're going to get, I'm the first, be on the news. I'm the first guy online to get it. You're going to have a lot of your black women get it. And then it's going to happen by way of, just like it did with the C ragamuffin. Remember on the TV they were showing this one nurse that sat down and took it. Well, they had one nurse took it and one nurse gave it, and there was always what? A black woman. It happened a couple of times. It was a Benjaminite woman. She sat down. Yes, I'm going to get it. Then you had actors, celebrities pushing it. Then there was a big controversy with this guy. Damn, I can't even think of his name. Damn, I can't even think of his name. The the brother that plays for the Mavericks now. Um, Kyrie, Kyrie Irving. Almost forgot his name. But anyway, he was involved in some other controversy when the C Ragamuffin came. He was like, "I ain't with it. I ain't with it." And they said, "Okay, well, you're suspended. You can play state games out of state, but you can't play in New York." So he said, "I don't care. I'll take a pay cut." And what has happened in these 3-4 years? There's a lot of people that is happy that they didn't take it, and a lot of people that took it that are no longer with us. I have friends that took it, and they know they're in the spiritual realm. They're in the spiritual realm. And you had General Yohanes said, "Go ahead and take." He co-signed on it. He said, "Go ahead and take it." He said, "Go ahead and take it." He said that the Most High put this disease down here to destroy Esau, and Esau switched it up and made Jake take it. That's what he said. That's what he said. So he's going to have to explain himself. A lot of you guys, you come into this thing and you like a guy because of his suit or the way he talks or the video graphics on it. A lot of you come in for different reasons, and you come in like zombies. That's why we call you guys zombies, man. Whatever this guy says, he said it. It's got to be the truth. This ain't. I'm not God. I'm not the Most High. I'm not the Most High. You got guys with a Most High or God, a God complex. They think they God. Apostle Kabar was going through the IUIC in the classroom, Nate, and every thumbnail had his face on it with Masonic pose. Every thumbnail had, so it's like he's godlike. I'm not going to do that. You get a pic. I'm happy to be in the picture. I'm in the picture. Sometimes you'll see the live, and it'll be the sky. You'll see a picture of the sky. You'll see a building or a tree or something. I'm not trying to be no damn celebrity. I'm trying to push this word out. I believe I ate the word, just like Ezekiel, just like John, and I digested the word. And what do you do when you digest it? You go out and teach what? The sons of Israel. GOCC is teaching everybody can make it. Well, what was Ezekiel all about? To go out and teach the children of Israel. The Most High, how about Shemal Shai, is going to destroy the GOCC. And any group that's off, you got to be 100%. 99.5 just won't do. You got to be 100%. You got to be 100 with this and everything. If you go to one camp, GMS, you ask a question. You go to IUIC, you ask a question, I'll give you the same answer. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of false prophets out there, just like Yahushua said, just like Hamashiach said. There's a lot of false prophets out there. And you're going to follow them, man. Most High speaks about stumbling block. If a prophet has been deceived, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So it says, and I'm going to click on the word prophet. Now, therefore, restore the man his wife, this is Abraham, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore, and this was the king of Egypt, a regional king, not a major king, because the Egyptians, the Mizraim, they wasn't a major kingdom. They became a major kingdom after Jacob. Jacob and his sons. That's when Egypt came with Joseph. Joseph made Egypt great. It says, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, well, it says thou shalt live. Now I'm surprised Vocab Malone ain't using it. See? See? The Lord said that if you give him his wife back, Abraham, he'll pray for you and thou shalt live. See, that means he can make it. He's not an Israelite. Yeah, thou shalt live until the time being, but you're going to die like every other man and woman dies. And if thou restore her not, know thou that thou shalt surely die, thou and all that are thine. But let me do this. Let me come up to the first verse. Get right to the point. Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country. And Abraham said unto Sarah, she is my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and looked Sarah, and took Sarah, I'm sorry. But the Most High came to Abimelech in a dream. Wait a minute. The Most High can come to other nations in a dream? Can other nations, men or women of other nations, can they see visions? Can they receive dreams from the Most High? Most High set up Cyrus to finance the rebuilding of the temple. Most High was dealing with him. Karash, which is Cyrus in Hebrew is Karash, which means chosen. The Most High chose him to rebuild the temple. But does that mean he's going to be in the kingdom? He's going to be equal to Israelites? No. King Abimelech, is he going to be equal in the kingdom? No, he's another nation. It said, but the Most High came to Abimelech in a dream by night and said to him, behold, thou art but a dead man, for the woman which thou hast taken, for she is a man's wife. So back there, they knew not to lay with another man's wife. But it was spoken law. It wasn't written law. It became written law during the time of Moses. But Abimelech had not come near her, and he said, Lord, wilt thou slay also a righteous nation? Fifth verse, said he not unto me, she is my sister? And she herself said, he is my brother. He told me that was his sister. In the integrity of my heart and innocency of my hands, have I done this? Had I known that, I wouldn't have, And the sin of adultery is a heinous crime, a crime worthy of death. It says, the sixth verse, and the Most High said unto him in a dream, yeah, I know that. So he was communicating. He came back with one dream. He responded. He came back with another dream. He said, hey, I know that. Thou didst this in thine integrity of thy heart. You think you were doing the right thing. For I also withheld thee from what? From sinning against me. Therefore suffered I thee not to touch her. Let me read that again. The Most High said unto him in a dream, yeah, I know that thou didst this in thine integrity of thy heart. For I also withheld thee from sinning against me. Therefore suffered I thee not to touch her. So wait a minute. The word there is sin, right? So this was of another nation. Did he commit sin? Yes. Esau, is he committing sin? Yes, because he took the Bible to himself. The presidents and I don't know about governors, but they all swearing on the Bible, which they're going off on that anyway. So he tells them that this man is a prophet. The most important man to the Most High is a prophet. The prophet is more, on a higher level than a king, even though a king has the scepter and he can rule and all that. But when the prophet came, the king got in line, man. They got scared. Remember, the first king of Israel was anointed by Samuel, the prophet. It says, now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet. Now I want to go into, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look up the word prophet. And I'm not going to teach anything unless I'm absolutely sure I'm teaching it the correct way. That's why the scripture says, study to show thyself approved. What is that? Second Timothy 2 verse 15, if I'm not mistaken. A workman needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, breaking the scriptures down right. Guess what? These major Israelite groups, they're going to be ashamed. They're going to have a lot of explaining to do to their congregation. I'm telling you, it's going to be, and I hope this thing happens this year. I hope this thing happens year 2023. I hope they bring Trump back. I hope he becomes president, and I hope he brings them guillotines with him. Them AI guillotines. You don't need a man to pull a lever. They're gonna put your head there, your name's gonna come up, your sentence is death by guillotine, and the robot's gonna make that motherfucker come down, and you're gonna be in the spiritual realm. So let me go to the word prophet. Look, we were talking about this yesterday. Tazadakia, the so-called God sent comforter, that dude was a young man. I think he might have been 40-something years old. I know he wasn't 50. And the Most High, one day he was walking around talking shit. The next day, the Most High took him. And they said the way the way he died was from the sea ragamuffin. And this man's a young man. Ariel's a man Ariel's in his 80s. He's 83. High Priest Shaw is in his 70s. I believe he's 70, 72, something like that. Yeshaya, High Priest Yeshaya Lahab's in his 70s, 75, 76. Yeshaya, he's in his 70s. I'm mentioning some of the seven. Gazak, High Priest Gazak, he's still around. If he's not 70, he's damn near close to it. Late 60s, early 70s. Mosai could have took any of them out. Mosai didn't take any of them out. He took Tazadakia out because he assumed that position and being the head guy of everything. I don't know what happened behind closed doors. And he changed the gospel. And we were the ones back in 07, 08, 09, we were the ones that called this guy out. We always defended the gospel. We said, wait a minute, this guy's changing everything into a Roman Catholic doctrine. The first thing they did was they did away with the name Yahweh. Well, they kept Yahweh, but they took away the name Yahweh Shai. Because when you go to the Father, you got to do it before. Yahweh Shai is the middleman you got to go through. When you go pray to the Father, you got to pray in the name of Yahweh Shai. He's the advocate, the middleman, the lawyer, so you can understand. And he took that, he pushed that out. So because whoever was behind him, they said, well, you can call Yahweh all you want. We don't care. Because you can't get to him anyway. You got to get to him through Yahweh Shai. Then he said, among other things, Mary never had sex, Roman Catholic doctrine. The garments they were wearing was like Roman Catholic type garments. So what happened? The Most High got tired of looking at him, and the Most High took him. He's in the spiritual realm. He's been in the spiritual realm for a number of years already. Hey, guys that have turned their back on the plow and not really doing the work. We heard through the years how guys be dropping dead. And there's always somebody that's half-assed. You got to have fear. You got to fear the Most High. You got to fear the Most High. Knowing the terrors of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai, we therefore persuade men. We get on our job. Paul said that. You better fear the Most High and stop playing games. And you should sit down and consider, wait a minute, what if GMS is right? Because they're always out there on the highways and the byways, and including leadership. The top apostles, they don't tell the men to go out there and we'll see you later. They go out there too. They're out there just as much as a young man out there. You got these other leaders, I guess they're beyond going out in the street. They did enough time out there on the street. They don't got to go out in the street, but they'll send their men out there. Scriptures speak about leading by example. So the word here is nabaya or nabaya'a, and the root is naba'a, which means prophet. It says prophet, prophecy, them that prophesy, prophet, a variant, spokesman, speaker, prophet, false prophet, heathen prophet. I'll name you one heathen prophet. Balaam. Most High showed him back more than 3,000 years ago. The Most High showed him what's going to happen now. Most High probably showed him the charagma too. He showed him what's going to happen now. He showed him Micah 5 verse 7 on down. And he wasn't even an Israelite, but he was a prophet, a heathen prophet. And he said in, what was it, the 23rd chapter of Numbers, at the end of the day, I pray that I become one of these people. And then he told the king of Moab, Balak, he said, man, let me tell you what these people are going to do to you and all these nations round about. They're going to jack all of y'all up. And when did that happen? It's yet to happen. It's yet to happen. It's yet to happen. But before that happens, in the midst of that charagma is going to shake everybody up on the planet. And like I said, I'm going to keep saying it, you men out there from the other camps that teach otherwise, your people are going to be shooken up, man. They're going to be shooken up. And they're not going to know where to turn. And they're going to turn to you. And you're not going to have the answers for them. The only thing you can do is say, well, that is the fulfillment of the charagma. Then they're going to say, well, wait a minute. Then shouldn't we be following GMS? It's going to be a major shakeup. And remember, you got wives that really don't believe. You got wives that they down, oh, my Lord, my Lord. But when all hell breaks loose, by and by he's offended. Matthew 13, tribulation and troubles come. So you might be strong, but is your wife going to be strong? Is your children going to be strong? You're going to be under the fear of not being able to eat unless you take this thing. And some of you might even curse the Most High. Look, the Most High going to make us starve. F him. Let me go ahead and get it. A lot of y'all women, I'm talking about the strong Israelites, a lot of y'all women may go ahead and take it and come back, not let you know, or don't even say nothing. Then you notice her hand. What's that glow in your hand? What's the glow in this kid's hand? Why you got this bump? Motherfucker, you took it. Then you're going to break the fuck down and you're going to wind up taking it, you dumbass. Then it shall be known that there has been a prophet among them. Then it shall be known who are my chosen, who are the true men of the Most High. Let the record reflect, let the record show that we here at Great Millstone, we've been saying it from the very beginning, and we keep saying it. We keep pushing it out. We don't change the story. There's going to be a major breakup, a major shakeup rather, in Israel and around the world. Them Kemetic guys, they all going to take it. Trust me, they all going to take it. Unless some of them wake up, they say, "Well, I think I am an Israelite." Major prophecy, man. It ain't sin. Oh, the mark of the beast is sin in any form. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. That's just as stupid as saying there's an eternal hell. The lake of fire is an eternal hell. That's an old wives' tale. That's a fairy tale. That's a lie. That's a fib. A prophet generally inspired man prophesy that prophecy a prophet, excuse me. Let me see something. I'm gonna go into the root of the word too. Change probably occurred in times of Elijah, and is first reflected in the F was that pragmatic source, literally as applied to Abraham. Because that's the first time you see it. Moses, what was it saying? Deuteronomy 34 and 10. And there arose not a prophet since in Israel like unto Moses, whom the Lord Yahweh knew face to face. And he also said that in Numbers 12, because they were taught, Mary and Aaron was taught, Mary was behind that shit, black woman talking shit, because she was the oldest of the two. And she was talking shit because he married a Cushite. And and there was a reason why the Mosai set him up to marry a Cushite. And what the Mosai do? Curse them both out, but he wound up cursing Miriam with leprosy, turned her into a white woman. That right there is your color issue. Ask a Christian idiot, what color is leprosy? They may not even know. Then you show them the scriptures. Leprosy white as snow. So what's the opposite of a white person? A black person. Okay, let's go to Numbers. Miriam, was she a black? Then they'll come with the excuse, oh, color don't matter. It says other early prophets, Hosea, let's see what Hosea 6 and 5 says. Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of thy mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. We have the light. Look, when we tell you about the Charagma, we have the light. We're leading you with that light. Every scripture that you go into is a different light. I'm just breaking it down that way. You got a certain flashlight for this prophecy, a certain flashlight for that prophecy. Guess what? These other major One West camps, they leading these people down the wrong way. You got the wrong light. And there's going to be a shakeup. And I pray it happen this year. Let it happen. Bring them guillotines, man. Let Revelation 20, verse 4 come to pass. Yeah, but you could be put to death. So what? I go before the Father. Big deal. We understand that. Was that Hosea 12 and 11? Is there iniquity in Gilead? Surely they are vanity. They sacrifice bullocks in Gilead. Yea, their altars are as heaps in the furrows of the field. I got to read that in context. I want to get the whole precept in context. I want to, okay, where am I? Right here. Let me open up another blue letter. I can always come back. All right, blue letter. And Jacob fled into the country of Syria, and Israel served for a wife and a house. For a wife, he kept sheep, and by a prophet of the Lord brought Israel out of Egypt, and by a prophet was he preserved. So it tells you that Moses was a prophet, Abraham was a prophet. Let's do this. I want to open this up more. Trying to get this here. Bear me for a minute. I show all. So you got all these precepts right here. This is a whole lesson right here. Amos 2 and 11. And I raise up of your sons for prophets and of your young men for Nazarites is not even thus, O ye children of Israel, not the other nations. Numbers 12 and 6. I was talking about that. And he said, hear my word. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision and will speak unto him in a dream. But my servant Moses, I come face to face. As you read the rest of it. So you got all these scriptures here. 1 Samuel 10, verse 5. After that, thou shalt come to the hill of the Most High, where is the garrison of the Philistines, and it shall come to pass when thou art come thither to the city that thou shalt meet a company of prophets coming down from the high. See, we say camps, but it's really company, because you had company, a bunch of prophets all together, and they would play instruments too. As Paul sent messengers to take David, and when they saw the company of prophets prophesying, and Samuel standing as appointed over them, the Spirit of the Most High was upon the messengers of Saul, and they also prophesied. Spirit just jumps on you. And the thing about a prophet is you have to get it one. There's no 99%, or you almost got it. Most High's not going to give you a map with a torn page in it. He's going to, if all these different Israelites, the Most High is dealing with all these different Israelite groups, then we will all speak the same thing, like the Apostle Paul said. And this is a major, major, major prophecy that's going to shake everybody up. So let me go to the root. Not ba, not ba, not ba. prophecy under influence of divine spirit. In other words, you can get a dream. You can go into a trance. You can see a vision. The Most High opens up your eyes. A man says something that's a prophet. Your mind will open up to seeing that man's a prophet. He's telling the truth. A lot of times we speak, and you got people that walk by that don't know us, and they'll kind of put their hand on their heart and kind of bow to us. It's like they kind of know these guys are spiritual guys, and they don't. They like I said, they'll walk by and they'll kind of. There's something about these guys. That's why the Most High said, "Go out on the highways and the byways through the foolishness of preaching, under influence of divine spirit of false prophets, to prophesy under influence of divine spirit of false prophets." So Ezekiel was a prophet, Elijah was a prophet, Elisha was a prophet, Obadiah was a prophet, and Daniel, and they're all back. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Zechariah. So you men out there, and even you sisters that are in these other camps, you better know that you're in the right camp. You better know that you have the truth. You better make it a point that you are of the elect. If you're not of the elect, I don't give a damn how sincere you are. The Most High is not going to necessarily open up your eyes. So let me come over here to Ezekiel. It's kind of long. Let me get ready to cut it short. Ezekiel 3 and verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Yasha'Allah, not Esau, Israel and Esau and other nations, and 5 Edomites that denied their father. Not one. This is for you too, vocab. The only ones that's going to save it and be in the kingdom, high up in the kingdom, are the Israelites only. Not no. If you're an Edomite, you're going to be in the field. You're going to be getting a foot up your ass sideways every day except the high holy days. And that goes for the rest of you nations. You're going to be under us. We're going to set you up under your vine and your fig tree in your land, but we're going to tell you what to do. And the main thing we're going to teach you is the laws. It says, son of man, I have made thee a watchman. We're going to look up the word watchman unto the house of Israel. So what in the hell is any Israelite talking about? Well, the Lord came for other nations. All we got to do is bring out one scripture. All we got to do bring out. We're not going to go to no argument. We don't have a debate on who the Most High came for. So therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them what? Warning from me. So the Most High gives you this word, you digest it, and then you go ahead and teach. You don't learn 3 or 4 scriptures, all of a sudden you're a top guy. If somebody asks you a question, you get stumped on that question, you got no business being on the street. You got no business doing videos, man. It says, son of man, I have made thee a watchman. Let's look up the word watchman. Because we watch the news, right? And then we filter everything that we see through the scriptures. And then we tell the people. Watchman. We're going to look up the word watchman. Then we get ready to close. Watchman is tazapa. Watchman, watch, behold, look, a spy or to be a spy. Look up, await it, because you got to wait. You got to wait. Look well, variant of Zophim. To look out or about, spy, Keep watch. Watch everything around you. Watch the media. Observe. Watch, to keep watch. Spy, to watch. Watch closely. A primitive root properly to learn, to lean forward, i.e., to peer into the distance by implication, to observe, to wait. Habakkuk 2. Behold a spy, or to spy on. Look up well. Look, don't just look up. Look up well. That's why when you go into the scriptures, you can't just go into the English. You got to go into the Greek and into the Hebrew. Wait, and that's how you know that the MOTB is not sin. It's not a spiritual thing. It's not sin in any form, religious or political. That's some poppycock. Those are fair words. We telling you what it is. And you know what? You don't want to believe us? Do what you want to do. Be a zombie and follow somebody else. But the day is going to come where you're going to get shook up and you ain't going to know what to do. Shit, some of you might even kill yourself, man. I can't wait. I pray Monday they officially pushed a series of events happen. A series of black swan events happen. Look that word, a black swan event. And they're going to say, well, we got to push this thing up. They're going to package it up nice, and you simple ass bird brain Negroes, you're going to eat it up like candy. Because y'all don't know what the fuck is going on. So guess what? I'm not concerned about you. You got to get it on the next go round. It's a way for keep the watch or watchman. Imperfect third person masculine singular. What is that? Can hardly see that. Jusive, whatever that means. Because the Most High is dealing with men. Keep watch between me and thee. Third person, feminine plural. Wisdom is a feminine spirit. His eyes keep watch upon the nations. A wicked man spieth upon the righteous. Song of Solomon. The town which looketh toward Damascus, famine. Read a little bit more. To shine, be bright. Yeah, we call lights, to look out, to view. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to look up the word warning. Warning. Remember Lost in Space, the robot? He was a watchman. He was sort of a prophet when something bad would come out. If y'all go back that far, the robot would say, warning, warning, Will Robinson, warning, danger. Because that robot was programmed to sense good and to sense evil. If you remember that, if you go back there, I remember that as a kid. So guess what? That was a sort of a robotic prophet. And guess what? We're robots. Look, I can't leave this even if I wanted to, because the Spirit's on me to be in this thing. I can't stop teaching Israel, even if I didn't want to. Read about Jeremiah. Within him was a burning fire. He could not go. He said, the Most High deceived me. Well, the Most High didn't deceive Ezekiel. He told Ezekiel, you're going to teach these people, and they're going to talk shit about you, ain't going to listen to you. You're going to be for entertainment to them. Okay, so this is warning, right? The word there is Zahar. There's a primitive root. It says to warn. What are the things that we warning you about? Among other things, we're warning you about the karagma. Because if you take it, you're not going to make it. If you take it, you're not going to make it. You're going to be destroyed. Not, well, if you take it and you time it right and you see the missiles coming and you put up a quick prayer in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you'll be all right. No, you're not going, you're going to die. You're going to die by fire if you make it that far. Priest Sabak said, well, you can pull it out the last minute. Okay, I wouldn't want to test that theory. I wouldn't want to test that theory. You better have a doctor right with you, and you better, doctor, get on your job. And you better pull that motherfucker out in record time, too. Nah, if you once you take it willingly, you are done. And some of you will face death. That includes all of us. All of us could be put to death. But the Most High is not going to destroy all of us. But some of us will be locked up. Some of us will be put to death. So you better take this thing seriously, man. And you can see that we're in the end, the prophecies. The illuminated ones are pushing the envelope, man. They want to enslave the whole world. It says warn, admonish. What does the word admonish mean? You got kids, you tell your kids, shut up, stop making noise, and go to sleep. If I don't let me come up in here another time, somebody makes noise, you don't say shit, you come in there with the strap and you put it on them. If you go to court, the judge would say you're being admonished. This is what do you call it? What the hell you call it? Where you don't talk. I can't even think of the name. To be silent, I can't even think of the name. My brain is fried. But anyway, you're not to say anything. And if you do, you'll be in contempt of court and they can lock you up. It says to admonish, warn, teach, shine, send out, and the Edomites used to call Jake shines. Well, guess what? We are shines. That's a good thing. There's going to be a glow to us in the kingdom. It said to admonish, warn, teach, shine as lights. Go to Matthew. The Most High made us as lights. We are as lights. It says, the scripture says, a candle cannot be hid. It says, send out light. We are sending out light. That's why you have no business dealing with having any debates at all. The hell with fucking Dr. Brown. The hell with Sarnetta. The hell with them, man. I don't need to go to no debates. All I got to do is teach. Now you're going to have some guys that's going to push it out there. They push the word out there. They push it out there. But you see that they're not going to get it. So you don't got to do that. I for one, when I was young, I did that. I remember when Iman Issa and Ansar Allah community was real big. It was me and Ariala. We went down there boldly, but we were young. I remember Yaquab saying that's a waste of time. And guess what? We found out it was a big waste of time. Because what Dr. York did when we were supposed to have a debate with him back when I was young, he wasn't even there. And then the next week he came there and we had cameras and he said you can't use a camera, but they told us we could use cameras and tape recordings. That you can't use a tape recording, you can't record this, you can't videotape this. I said this is bullshit, you know. But where is he now? It says to admonish, warn, teach, shine, send out light, be light, be shining, to be taught, be admonished, to teach, warn. What does it mean to warn? If you, like the judge says, I admonish you. A gag order, that's the word, gag order. Gag order means you can't say nothing. You're under gag order. If you say anything, we're going to lock your ass up. Immediately. It says to teach, warn, to shine, send out light. That's why you can't take breaks in this thing. You take breaks in this thing, You're not a man of the Lord. And the Most High pulls that spirit from you. That's why King David said what he said, take not away from me thy Holy Spirit. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.